Hello and welcome to another edition of Stockwatch. So as we start the trading week, we're looking into the automobile industry as it has been a very big sector that has grown throughout 2020 post-pandemic, well post-first wave pandemic at least, and obviously a lot more investors are looking into the electric vehicle module as well, as obviously we take to a President Joe Biden regime for the next 4 years as he will go more eco-friendly. So Volkswagen have sold over 200,000 battery electric vehicles in 2020 according to their figures published last week. While it's still half the number of sales that Tesla have managed to drive in, it represents an increase of 214% on the previous year and shows that Germany's huge auto industry is beginning to mount a challenge against companies like Tesla that have obviously a lot of the market share for electric vehicles. Their CEO has said they're on track to achieve their aim of becoming the market leader in the battery electric vehicles, and 2020 was a turning point for the company as it marked a breakthrough in electric mobility. So electric cars hit a record 54% of sales in Norway as Volkswagen overtook Tesla. Even though obviously it's going to be more favoured in European countries, it is still a step in the right direction for companies like Volkswagen and BMW that are really trying to push and mount a challenge to take over Tesla, especially in Europe as well. So sales of hybrid vehicles, which are powered by electricity and conventional fuels, also increased. Volkswagen sold almost 200,000 plug-in hybrids last year, and that was a jump of over 175%. So very, very significant numbers there. Tesla still poses a formidable challenge. However, the company led by Elon Musk hit a goal of building 500,000 cars in 2020. And production and deliveries rose by more than a third than 2019 levels, which is a very, very impressive gain alone. So investors have rewarded Tesla by making it one of the world's most valuable companies. So over $800 billion market valuation. So I spoke about Tesla a few times in the Stockwatch, and every time I do, we see obviously record highs hitting the spot again and again and again, and it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. So, but Volkswagen has said it has plans to invest 35 billion euros in electric vehicles by 2025, so over the next 5 years at least. And the sales figures for 2020 suggest that customers are beginning to respond. The manufacturing giant intends to launch roughly 70 pure electric models by 2030 as it races to catch up with Tesla. So other German car makers, like I just noticed, BMW, they sold almost 50,000 battery electric vehicles in 2020, a 13% increase over the previous year, and over 148,000 plug-in hybrids. So, you know, it's obvious to see that the only way to go is electric at the moment. It has a bit of a way to go until that period, but you know, they're looking to get a lot of governments are looking to get the diesel and petroleum cars off the road by 2030, 2040 if they can. So you can see that with a Biden regime coming in, the next president after Biden will probably have to follow suit as well in looking to turn to greener energy. So let's just take a quick look at Volkswagen at the moment. So I've got it on a daily chart. I'm just looking, obviously this was the detrimental downturn in the first pandemic, and now we're looking to push higher, and it's pretty ascending for most of 2020. But now, however, we are seeing a slight, I'm just looking at a little precarious bearish divergence on the momentum indicator, which could start bringing prices slightly lower for the short term, and this could obviously be a slight downturn in prices. I'll just zoom in a little bit more on the main areas of interest at the moment. So we've touched the Ichimoku cloud. I've got the cloud indicator just to assist me in what the next levels could be. So we've got a nice support here if prices did keep pushing to the downside here, but they've kind of bounced on the top border here. So I'm just looking at the moment of these levels. We're bouncing up, we're moving up to fresher highs, but there has been a bit of resistance. We've had a couple of double tops up here, roughly about the 156 area. And now we're going to see if we can either test that region again or if prices will start to push lower. So this is what I'll be looking at in the next few trading sessions as we go into the trading week. So this will be a nice test for the downside, and I'll probably put a sell stop in around here and see if it can dip any lower than that. And just take a quick look at BMW. There's a few automobile stocks that I've been looking at. I've been keeping an eye on some European ones, especially in Germany as well, because obviously with the big numbers that have been coming out, we've seen a bit of a downturn in BMW as well since, I'll just zoom out again. So it's a lot like Volkswagen. We've had quite a good upturn, probably better upturn than Volkswagen. We're hitting the pre-pandemic highs, but now we're seeing a bit of a downturn, roughly about the high 70 mark. So just zoom in again on the areas of interest. And what I'm looking at now, prices are engulfed in the cloud. So I'll be seeing if we can touch the bottom of the cloud. And if we break through, then I'll be looking to see if it can go any lower to previous lows, roughly at the high 50 end or the low 60 end, which is not something that is out of the blue. And as I said, I'll be looking at this level of support here, roughly the high 60 where it is at the moment, and see if we can push out to fresh highs. So I'll be looking at a bit of a choppy action for the next trading session, most probably, and then just seeing what the potentials are to push to the upside of this cloud, or if it's going to keep going lower and break down to previous levels. So just something to look out for as we get more information from the automobile industry. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have any comments, as usual, please feel free to add them to the post and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead and bye for now.